Welcome to this week's episode of The Perceptive Readers, a podcast series made in the Product of Culture, aka PopBooks website's office. Hi, I'm James. A horse whisperer. Hi, I'm James, and welcome to this Perceptive Readers. Do you know what a horse whisperer is? Private persons, persons who love horses, but they don't necessarily, train them for, professional races or anything of that nature. Now, that's just, again, on the surface of what a horse whisperer is. Some people would say a horse whisperer is like one who is in tune with the horse, that really pays attention to the horse, can listen to the horse. And there are times when such a person with those type of skills and qualities are very much needed. Some years ago, there was a movie called The Horse Whisperer. And what happened is this little girl, she had a horse, and her mother, And the thing about it is the horse, you could tell as they, developed the theme early on, loved her very, very much. She loved that horse very, very much. One day they were out riding around though, with a friend, and there was a little slip up on a snowy patch of hill, And with that, something happened. First, the girl, her friend that is, fell and started sliding down the hill with her horse, where they both really, had an accident to a degree. But this other girl, the one who would be one of the main characters, in the movie, actually was able to get back up, and go and try and save her friend who was while she was trying to grab her friend's horse, a big truck was coming, a big vehicle was coming, and the truck slammed on brakes, but kept on going. This was on an icy, patchy road. So what ended up happening is the girl who was trying to help her friend and, and save her horse, get out the road, ended up, really not being able to do it. And then her own horse ended up, throwing her off of her and actually running towards the truck and got banged up pretty bad. She also got banged up pretty bad as well. So what happened is, from that account, as you probably already know, that they were traumatized. The horse was traumatized as well. The girl was traumatized. And so her mother wanted to get the horse help, as her daughter also, was healing from her wounds and things of that nature. And so she looked up this man who was a horse whisperer and was known the way, remember, I'm just giving you a synopsis of being able to fix horses, Now, with some of those conversations she was having with him, he made clear, this is what he made clear, that he wasn't really making the horse do anything. He wasn't, fixing the horse. He was basically saying again that the horse is going to come along on their own, own pace and things of that nature. So he explained that to her. There was some bumpy patches. You can imagine throughout the movie, some sad moments. And, one of the sad moments had to be when the girl who loved the horse very much and, was there but could no longer ride the horse. And yet, the horse whisperer who was establishing a bond with the horse all this time, the horse was, trusting him. It was like when the horse saw her, it was like, no, something was totally messed up with that bond. That riff, it was tore up. And so the girl started crying. One time about why does the horse basically hate her or what have you. And you know what the horse whisperer said to her. And again, this is like a synopsis here. But basically the spirit of what he told her was, the horse, doesn't hate her. One, the horse, horses can sense people's moods and fear as well, you see, which she was certainly full of. But he went on to relate just how much that horse really loves her. And what he ended up saying was this, during that accident, prior to it, before that truck was coming, and the reason why that horse ran up to the truck like that, the man felt in his gut that the horse was actually protecting her. Isn't that something? And that's what he was feeling in his gut, that the horse wasn't disobeying her or running away from her. The horse actually went headlong into the danger to try to stop that truck from hurting her. Horse whisperer. Yes, that's what he was. And so here is the thing. There are people who are very much in tune, with animals. And in this case, I use horses because horses really can sense a human the same way as these men and women really, in tune themselves to be able to listen to them as well. Of course, that takes time. That takes patience for sure. All right. So here is my statement. I heard this many times over the years, and I'm sure every single one of you heard it at least once. So I'm going to say it in two ways. Persons often say the reason why they don't say anything or they don't complain is because 80% of the people don't care and 20% are glad that it's you. Or I've heard it said 90% of the people don't care and 10% of the people glad it's you. So you know what I ask in my mind at times, and I'm asking towards this to you. What percentage do you fall in? Are you 80% that really don't care about what anybody is going through? Are you the 10% or 20% that's glad it's happening to somebody else? Or are you that less than maybe 1%? Like, if that is a fact, see, I'm just stating quotes from what so many persons and scholars and professionals have said time and time again in their speeches, etc. But I'm here to tell you today, I do know, at least for a fact, there is still up to 1% of people, if we can throw that error that they may be looking at in there, who it does matter, who do care, you see, who would be like a horse whisperer for people. And my question to you is, are you one? Could you be a horse whisperer for somebody to have the understanding, the patience, the yieldness, the communication, the empathy, the sympathy? Could you be a horse whisperer? Thanks for being here in this Perceptive Readers. I'm James Lynch. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.